Buckle up, if we got a show for you today. They called it Alligator Alcatraz. They called Trump un-American. But what they don't tell you is Obama caged women, sick children, and called it compassion.
What Alligator Alcatraz is. I mean, I don't think you can just turn a blind eye to it. I think it's anti-American. I think the fact that you're going to have individuals and populations in there that are stacked on top of each other, many of whom without due process.
CNN commentator Bakari Sells calls Trump detention strategy one of the most un-American things he's ever seen. Really? Because I've got news for you. President Obama put women and children literally in cages, in private prisons, with no medical oversight. One child almost died. Let's jump into this.
And as immigration protests erupt in 50 cities across the country, we end today's show looking at one of the most controversial policies President Obama passes on to Donald Trump: family detention. Since 2014, thousands of Central American women and children seeking asylum have been held in private jails.
Obama era, ICE built tent cities surrounded by barbed wires. Inside, chain link cage. Not figuratively speaking, one actual cages. Babies sleeping on concrete, moms behind fences, and one lawyer literally said, they look like cages. Let's take a look.
The Obama administration says its policy of detaining Central American families seeking asylum is meant to deter others from following. But thousands of women and children continue to come. In Texas, agents have erected large tents to hold them near El Paso in a small town called Donna. I tried to film the tent in Donna next to a busy border crossing. The security guard didn't make it easy.
They don't want nobody to ask me across the street.
Across the street, the tent can hold 1,000 people. It's surrounded by a chain link fence topped with barbed wire, and Border Patrol jeeps are parked outside. Immigration lawyer Carlos Garcia took a tour in December.
Basically, you walk in and it's tents. It's like a tent city, and inside they have chain link fence, the cages. They look like cages, and they call them temporary facilities, but they're detention facilities nonetheless, where babies and children and parents are sleeping or being jailed while the government figures out what they're going to do with them.
Women that are coming in. It truly is very important because on the way here, a person doesn't eat the way that a person really should be eating. On top of that, in detention centers, the food is a total disaster. I understand because I went through that same thing, and I know what the food in those detention centers is like.
A Department of Homeland Security Advisory Committee on Family Residential Centers has urged the Obama administration to discontinue the general use of family detention. It noted allegations of medical neglect and retaliation against mothers who protested inadequate care. At Casa Raíces, I met a woman named Erica from Honduras who experienced just that. She was detained in Dili after she requested asylum with her 2 young children. It was at Core Civics Detention Center, where her then 14-month-old daughter got sick.
The 3rd day in Dili,
Sí, la niña se me enfermó con fiebre.
she started having fevers and coughing.
Bueno, entonces yo la llevé a la...
Took her to the medic, the hospital there. They told me there was nothing wrong with her.
Entonces yo...
I cried and told the nurse that please to give me some medicine because my daughter was having such a high fever.
Fiebre no se la bajaba.
Even after we finished the treatment, my daughter was still having very high fevers and coughing a lot. Nothing was better. I wanted to sign my deportation because I wanted to get out of there, and I told the other moms there, but they told me to not do that.
Erica says at one point the medical staff gave her daughter vapor rub when she had a hard time breathing. When she was released to Casa Raíces, they immediately took her to the emergency room.
She was hospitalized for 7 days. Doctor told me that she was glad that I brought the child because she could have died.
Erica begged for help. They told her nothing was wrong. The child could have died, while Obama was in charge. Meanwhile, Trump got crucified for enforcing the same policies, with one major difference. He actually tried to fix the chaos Obama left behind.
This is the first step in family detention. Customs and Border Patrol has 72 hours to interview the so-called family units, collect their biometric data, and send them to private prisons near San Antonio. In some cases, it gives them a notice to appear in immigration court and lets them go. Agents coordinate the drop-offs at the McAllen bus station with the nearby Sacred Heart Catholic Church.
They say, well, expect about 100 by between 9:30 and 10:30, about another 50 between 12:30 and 1, another 50 or 60 between 3:30 and 4:30, another 100 between 6 and 7, and that's how it goes.
Sister Norma Pimentel oversees a volunteer-run respite center in the parish hall.
Here in the community of the Rio Grande Valley, we started to see the families in a very devastating conditions. They needed to regain their dignity because they've been through very difficult times.
Trump was getting flamed for cages that Obama built. The media ignored the real damage, the failed Medicare, the profit-driven jails, and the deportation assembly line Obama handed over like a ticking time bomb.
Despite all the sort of theater of the alligator Alcatraz.
Once you're emotional, not informed, they use words like alligator and Alcatraz to scare you, but never once showed you Erica's baby, never showed you the private prisons, never said the name Obama, we're here because of selective outrage from the left, doesn't save lives, it destroys them. And President Trump, he didn't build this, he exposed it. If you want more receipts like this, unedited, uncensored, subscribe now and share this video. And until next time we meet, remember, as always, please stay informed and engage. Have a good one.